alleges to be high-level, well-trained forensic people in this country, why have they not reached to the bottom of that matter with all this expertise that we like bragging about? And that is, I say, it's hypocrisy. It's hypocritical. We know very well that many people have been killed in this country. They can't be accounted for as we talk. If, for example, if we were even talking about babies who are being disposed in large numbers, why would then be having high maternal mortality high mortality rate in the hospitals? Are you getting? So, but that aside, we know the whole issue of governor here is really a conspiracy theory that is just trying to cover up. Because the question begs, was it a disposal week? Or was it a disposal month for unclaimed bodies? Or what is happening? Where would the bodies be coming from all of a sudden? I mean, how would you accumulate 11 bodies, for example, in a village hospital, which does not even have capacity for that? Where are they? How have you even been storing or preserving the other bodies in the same hospital with 11 unclaimed bodies at such a small morgue? It's just a conspiracy theory. Something is cooking in this country. Kenyans better be aware, and they would better listen to us when we tell them that, so that we all now get to ask the government, tell us what is happening. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So from your own assessment, if you may just give it just briefly, you're saying something is cooking in this country.
Yeah.
What will be the rhyme and reason for these killings? And even babies within there. We've had Shakahola. Is there anything remotely connected to it?
The Shakahola one looked like a ritualistic kind of occultic killings.
That's what I'm asking. Yeah. This one, is it dramatically different from your own assessment?
It could be, because like now if you look at what happened in Kware, where were those bodies coming from? They were largely women, and young women for that matter. And now we have these ones in Kericho, we have the ones now in Mukurweini, and we could have many others elsewhere. It's only that people maybe have not known. And he says that I'm not an intelligence officer. A serious member of parliament would probably have more intelligence in a constituency than their intelligence officers. I tell you, I dare you. I mean, I get real information. I got real information, for example, over the weekend, that some people are staging some theft in a certain facility. I sent to the DCI, I sent to all the people, and I'm happy, like the DCI in Mukurweini, Mr. Mayo, seems to also be very proactive and taking this information very seriously, and they were able to ensure that...
But I'm interested, you mentioned that there's a young man who came to you with some information about this particular...
And it turned out to be true.
Yeah, what was he telling you?
No,
was he part of it?
Yes.
He was part of the mass barrier?
Yeah. They were concerned. They were concerned because there are people who are recruited to dig the graves.
So who recruited them?
Those strange guys who came with the pickup.
The strange guys?
Yes, who came with the pickup.
So they didn't even identify themselves and why they are they didn't. This young man, they just...
they got them. These guys who do the labor work, in towns. So they were concerned. Why is it that the government, why did they hire a private vehicle? Why did they come at night? Why wouldn't they inform the authorities around, even the hospital around, which is in charge? Why would they not involve also the public health officer around? Why would they not communicate to the sub-county administrator around? Because all of them were caught flat-footed. I'm the one who approached the authorities with the information. They didn't know. They were surprised and shocked. In fact, they thought it was a hoax. So when now they got into it, is when they discovered, there's some truth in it. And now what makes me wonder is that they don't seem to want to investigate further than that. The information that these bodies came from a certain hospital, it seems to be sufficient for them. But I ask, why? How can it be sufficient for you, that information, without having to interrogate further? Like the questions we're asking. When did these bodies accumulate in that small morgue? Considering it's even a new one, it's a new hospital. When I was the Speaker of the County Assembly of Nyeri is when that hospital was being done. The first time that morgue was actually used is when we had the fire incident in a Darasha primary school. Yeah, that is the first time that morgue was actually ever used, to accommodate some of the excess bodies that were in the other morgues. So it's a big question. That
the capacity of the morgue as it's
well, I don't have the capacity. But again,
you don't have the capacity.
I don't have the capacity. But again,
so how would you establish that? That it cannot really hold such...
No, well, I'm not saying it can't hold. I'm only asking if it has been holding 11 bodies, where have you been keeping the others? And again, how does a village morgue accumulate 11 unclaimed bodies so fast within just about 2 years? 11 bodies unclaimed, 2 years. That's something that is would not be normal.
Honorable Sossion, you want to butt in?
Yes, because we must get to the bottom of facts. And I think I would challenge Honorable Kagusha, other than making statements in this media space, which is okay, and it's good to do so. It is important also that you take a step further. You are a privileged member of parliament. You can demand for a statement from the right ministry or the investigative agency.
I'll do that.
Yeah,
I'll do that tomorrow.
Do it.
It's already in the process.
Because
I also reported to police.
We really want facts.
I reported to police. Yeah, the information I'm sharing here, I reported to police. They did their preliminary investigations. Then number two, I will be going to parliament. I'll raise it. So I don't need to be educated on that.
So that then
as a member of parliament, I know how to do my work. And I do it well. I am a thorough person. So what I do, first, I reported to police. I did not even raise it even on my Facebook. Number two, when I got the confirmation from the police, I communicated with the media. Are you getting? They have been there. Number three, I raised it on my timeline. Are you getting? From there, I'm in parliament with it, and I will push until we get to the bottom of the matter and we get the facts. All I'm doing now is that I'm raising questions. I'm not even saying who is guilty. I'm just raising questions. And I'm saying something is not just adding up. Because the information we are getting is not adding up at all. And I want investigation to be done. But nobody seems to be doing investigations. So that's why we want to pressure more so that we can do more investigations and then we can get to the bottom of the facts that Sossion is raising here.
Sossion, you want to finish your train of thoughts?
Yeah, let me conclude my train of thoughts because this is an incident and an incident should not be allowed to pass away casually, and we cannot be casual about it. We must be thorough about it. And such an action on the first instant should be treated as a crime, as a criminal action. The right agencies must be compelled to investigate which is this car, where did it come from, that it is possible to investigate. And you can trace back to where the bodies could have originated, and if these were bodies born out of crimes and other activities, that can be established. So I think, Mheshimiwa Kagusha, nobody is going to stop anybody from pursuing what is right, particularly where there is a suspect.
Now you're saying that as who now?
So can it be done? I'm saying it. We're here discussing. As a citizen.
The question I wanted to raise as well, and I'll
we all have rights.
As a citizen, you cannot speak like you are Murkomen. Let Murkomen do his work. You as a citizen also join me on this side. Join me on this side because I'm speaking for citizens. Join me on this side. We demand for investigations, but don't stand on our side and tell me that we are not going to hinder any investigations.
I'm not saying we are not going to hinder. I've said. Can you raise
you cannot be under some illusion that you are the investigating officer or you are the authority.
But still on investigation, I want to just come up. Yes, have you finished
about it?
Right, let's hear from Peter. You wanted to say something.
The only gap that I find is people come with the bodies in a pickup. Then they hire people around to dig graves.
And
at night.
And they actually
at night.
And they dig. And they go unnoticed. And these are locals. Something must be wrong with our security agencies.
But it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be in the first place because I think you, even as a legislators, we enacted the National Coroner's Act. And we should also push for the senators and the legislators here to tell us why, up to now, we do not have a substantive Director General, Director General Coroner in this country. Issues that you're raising regarding all that investigation that the quarry bodies were being found, and we had a sloppy job being found by the investigating authorities as well. This should have been in the docket of the Director General Coroner of this country, who will try and investigate.
I don't know whether...
So I'm asking you as legislators, you're the people who should be raising these questions.
Well, I don't know whether...
Yeah, why we pass an act? There's an act.
Actually, what there is, I know Mr. Honorable Sunkuli has actually brought this to Parliament. As a matter of fact, I had a sitting with him about it, and that is about 2 years ago. And I think it was so much about the appointment of a coroner. And I know we actually went through even looking at the Coroner's Act in the United Kingdom to see how it can be enacted. So I can say it's not something that is not being pursued.
But why has it taken such a glacial slowness until now? We've been talking a good game over this for the last, I think, almost 10 years.
Maybe with the kind of authority that Honorable Sosion here has displayed in this show, maybe he can also update us why that kind of an act is not being implemented.
I think let us be...
How will that... By the way, then you need to indicate how then will that act bring such a difference in terms of efficiency?
Yeah, by the way, even you go to before you go to the Coroner's Act, because really that would focus a little bit much more on what would be seen like official killings and assassinations, such kind of killings. Even before we go there, we have DCI, we have intelligence, and all this is for beginners is actually sufficient to give us proper investigations. Mr. Sosion here has claimed that we have very good intelligence and what else did you say?
Forensics.
Forensics. Yeah, this fact this fact that we have been given here by Honorable Sosion on forensics and intelligence and all that, we don't understand how it doesn't just seem to work when we have citizens in trouble, when we have this kind of deaths and this kind of problems. I mean, we can have up to 500 people being killed in a forest, and they're disappearing from the villages all over the country. And these well-equipped intelligence and good forensics we have as a fact don't seem to notice this, don't seem to have any action. You can have people dying and buried and dumped in a quarry. And up to now, up to today, this fact of intelligence, forensics, doesn't seem to work for the citizens. It probably will only work when it is a political class that is either being barred or clamped or something.
But I thought maybe in terms of expediency and efficiency of investigation and bringing and closure of the timelines, a national coroner, director will have done that a good job, and is held accountable with the timelines of investigations, because now what you're saying, it can get lost in the shuffle with the DCI, and we don't follow through. And once they say, oh, we've released all he has kept, no one is really questioning. But you can actually
I'll give a call to Sunkuli today, so that we can actually look at how far he has gone with this. Because I know he has done quite a bit on this, on the issue of the coroner's act. So I'll follow it up actually.
Right, I can see we are remaining half an hour. We went off the rails, but important topic that you raised, since also this is really happening in your constituency, that we can correlate it with what is happening with Nyeri. And these are questions and the speculations around it. We need to get confirmations of what is really happening. Let me just, I don't know if Peter, you wanted to add something on it, or we just move on. And I could ask my director just to play a clip of Sifuna, that we continue with the conversation of the SDC and where he's declaring now he's bolting. Let's see.
Raila Amolo Odinga. Sasa nataka muniangalie vizuri. Munaniona? Munaniona vizuri? Yani munataka kuniambia naweza kuwa katibu mkuu wa ODM, katibu mkuu wa Raila Amolo Odinga miaka 8. Vile munaniona hivi. And then I become the SG of mediocrity. Mimi. Oburu tafuta SG wako.
All right. That seems that he's made a declaration, Peter Orero. You were there, and he says, of course, you are on the leader ground, the NDC as it stands right now, but you've heard, it's declared. And you, as a party, has given him an audience, and it seems now he'll be a no-show for that particular hearing that he's supposed to be, attending. So what really happens from there?
I think it was just a matter of time, and he has been waiting for that opportunity, maybe to bolt out. Now what I'm seeing is the background there was Orange Democratic Party. And you cannot have your cake and eat it at the same time. You must decide where you want to be. And some of the pronouncements are quite derogatory. I would not have wished that as a Secretary General of the biggest political party, you can direct such pronouncements to one of the longest serving members of parliament and senator in this country. Oburu has served for 33 years in parliament. He's the eldest brother of Raila. And he has been in this struggle for political change in this country. Even not very visible, but he has been one of the people behind Raila's success. And he has been in this system. The mediocrity that the Secretary General is talking about, I don't think can be verified. I do not know the parameters that he has used to come with the term mediocrity. And the court said that the Secretary General should use internal mechanisms of the party. So the party ideally now should write to him to appear before the disciplinary committee or a committee, so that he can answer some of the charges if he's willing. But that statement that he has made, I think basically he would not appear, because he repeated, yeye kama Sifuna, munamuona, munamjua, yeye anaweza kuwa secretary. It means, therefore, that Oburu has been properly ratified by the Special Delegates Conference as the party leader. Then Sifuna will not be his secretary. So I don't think we will have trouble going for Sifuna, releasing Sifuna when he wants. But the party will follow the channels, the mechanisms really, of having another Secretary General, because it has come from his own mouth that he is not going to serve the current party leader. So I think he is preparing to exit. And that is why he continues to move away from the party matters. He was invited. Personally, when I was looking for my card as a delegate, I also saw the card for Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, because he was expected also to attend that as a member of the Orange Democratic Movement. I also the card of Osotsi, and I saw the card of Babu Owina. So the party really did not chase anybody. They were all invited to attend the National Delegates Conference, but opted to carry their own other meeting, which I think is a clear indication that they have decided their course of action. They have decided their path. And we just wish them well. Yeah, but we are not going to chase them away as a political party.
Right. I know, Honorable Kagusha, you're not holding brief for ODM, but you've been following the intrigues as it is. And also we've had the DCP party leader extending a hand to Edwin Sifuna once he's bolted from ODM as it stands. I don't know where now this opportunity really stands. Is it still open? Does he still have a lifeline? And if he also crosses over to your end, does it mean that he can be given a prominent, position, a ticket, knowing also the party structures? You cannot just be a newcomer and then you want to vie maybe for the senator or the governor of Nairobi, for that matter. We have Gakuya, who has already been installed, so to speak. We've had also all the billboards around. This sort of intrigues, it could be just a political expediency that you want, but the reality on the ground, discernibly different.
The issue of Sifuna going to DCP or not is really neither here nor there.
Or the united opposition.
I think what is important for now is that this country is facing a very serious governance challenge. We have a leader who seems to think that he can buy everyone and anyone. In fact, he seems to think that everyone has a price tag. And increasingly, we can see leaders are quite greedy and gluttonous. In fact, even the people we thought had a stand, you realize that it's only that there was no offer on the table. This time around, there's an offer. And so anyone who needed money is running towards where the money is. We have heard of a very expensive NDC this weekend, whereby some of the people have gone home with up to 30,000 Kenya shillings. And we are talking of a political party that is strapped of cash and which has not been paid, I think, up to 12 billion Kenya shillings over the period of time. But right now, the party seems to be awash with money. And by the way, this did not seem to be happening so much when Raila was alive. But now the party looks like...
I don't think it's being fair to our political party.
You know, I'm talking as an observer now. I'm not saying this for fairness or unfairness.
But he also startly denied before you hear that there was any money exchanged.
Like
him as a delegate.
As a delegate. Me, I never received a single cent.
I'll tell
but
you,
there are those who received 2,000 from Nairobi.
I'll tell you, he could have actually received up to 500,000 shillings if he was to say the truth.
Because this was happening in his constituency, remember?
In fact, even when I came to this show, the first thing I was looking at is his coat. If he has purchased another new coat over the weekend, we know what is happening there.
Let me tell you. You know, you are a young man. You know, some of us have worked our ways through to where we are. Yeah, if you do not know. So I don't need the money to buy my coats. No, I don't. I am the MP of Kibra constituency. So I don't need any money to do that. And I can tell you for a fact that it was hosted in my constituency. What I did as a person was to support the party. Me as a person.
In kind?
Yeah, I supported the party. I don't need anybody to buy me with the money.
How much did you give?
You can't quantify. That is, I don't give money to the party. I said, I think you were not here when we started. I said that we used our youths from the constituency to do security issues so that we had no problem with the security. So that is the support that we gave. I think I gave you I said that before.
Yeah.
But we are not saying that people were not given money.
Let him finish.
For transport, there are people who are given transport.
Can you finish, please?
Nairobi, from other parts. Just the normal facilitation.
Now, what I'm now telling you
yes.
Is then also to inform you that I have credible information from friends who are ODM members that they received up to 30,000 Kenya shillings. Please be informed. So, now, when you see this kind of money that is exchanging hands in this kind of a scenario, then you understand that for sure the party has now been up for grabs by the highest bidder. And of course, these are the last days of this political party. Let us say the truth. I remember at some point, William Ruto telling Sifuna that, you know, I'm the founder member of this party. And if Sifuna, you continue like this, I will take action against you and I will expel you from this party as a founder member. And, you know, of course, William Ruto is known of talking, as if he's joking. But, you know, he's passing a message and he knew what he was planning all along. He had a long game and he knew how this whole party would end up in his hands. Now, the party is in his hands. Honorable Orero here better know that you are now in the hands of William Ruto, my friend.
That is your opinion.
And
I am a member of ODM.
I'm also informing you. I'm also informing you
about my party.
I'm also informing you about your fate, because myself here in Sosion, we have also been political analysts for quite some time. But I think I did political analysis ahead of Sosion. I have done political analysis ahead of Sosion. So now I want to inform him about his fate, that now he's operating in someone's hands like this. Yeah, really. And of course, time will tell, of course, Orero. We will still be here again. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll still be here again.
Let me come to Sosion.
So, but what I'm saying is this. We have the political party that has split. And it seems like the leaders have gone with William Ruto under that arrangement. It also seems like the public or the people, the wananchi in the ODM party, have refused and have bolted out. They are refusing to go to that side. And it appears that they have all moved away. And that is why sometimes I hear those leaders say that the party leaders have the party and the party leaders have gone with William Ruto, but the party members have been left aside. And it's a very interesting thing in this country today. It seems like leadership, and the political leadership for that matter, is going to one corner, whereas the wananchi, the people, are on a different corner. Now, as a leader, what you just need to do is to listen to what the people are saying and remain with them. And the day you stop listening to what they are saying and you move back to this other corner, then you're doomed. And that is why we say, even in our DCP political party, where we are, if today Wamunyoro, or our political leader, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, if today he would leave the people and go back to William Ruto, you would see a very interesting thing. The people wouldn't follow him through. They wouldn't go with him. So we have a situation where the people are on one side, and as a leader, you better listen. That's why you see His Excellency Gachagua is very keen. I'm listening to the ground. I'm listening to the people. And so long as he's listening to the people, he is with them. So in 2027, it's going to be an interesting scenario.
All right.
Because the political leaders will be done away with by these people on this other side as a testament, as a living testament, that this country leaders will never again ignore the common mwananchi.
Thank you. Let me come to Sosion, and I want to ask just a pivotal question so that we also get a perspective and see the political slate of hand of Dr. William Ruto in this. We just played the clip of Ababu Namwamba there. For the longest time, he has been in the obscurity, lost in the oblivion. He was in the same state as where Edwin Sifuna was. And could we also say that Edwin Sifuna contributed largely to the demise of, so to speak politically, of Ababu Namwamba as it is? The reemergence of him within this particular...
He's been planted.
Yeah, he's been planted. So, and then we have sort of the faces of a next Secretary General, Ababu Namwamba, we have Olekina as well. Can I finish my question? Yeah, that's what I'm asking. There is no way, this is a very calculated move, that he will just resurface from obscurity. He's been working closely and getting famously with the president as it is right now. So, as Honorable Kushe is saying, can we see that ODM has largely been bought by the government? What was Ababu doing there?
I think that's the wrong route to take to look like.
Politics is about perception and optics.
About and artificial control. Allow me to make my statement.
Okay, please.
Allow me to make my statements because you have the space. It's turn talking, and I think Honorable Kagusha here has a grand wish that ODM crashes and the UDA-ODM coalition does not happen. But I tell you very honestly, it will happen. It's going to be a big thing.
It will
back to the question, it will happen.
It will matter.
And it's about the people, it's about masses.
Those are shells.
We've seen it even in the by-elections. All the by-elections, it has been swept by ODM and UDA. And even the next ones, it will still happen the same way. And that is rooted in the people. It's about the people. And those are numbers. And numbers don't lie. The issue of Ababu Namwamba. Don't forget, Ababu Namwamba has been a strong ODM member of parliament, a very strong one, and MP for Budalangi. And appearing in the ODM Special Delegates Conference is not a strange thing. He was given an honor to speak, and maybe we might get him even getting back to ODM and contesting in future. He's looking for his own political space. And let me tell you, within ODM and UDA, these are very democratic institutions. You exercise your political wish the way you want. I've been in that space. And that is a fact. So I don't think reading too much about Ababu Namwamba is something that should keep us very busy. ODM will get a Secretary General. We don't know who that Secretary General will be. And Sifuna, with his bitterness, we have seen it's a lot of bile, it's a lot of bitterness. And you see in politics, it's a matter of choice. Yeah, but if you don't agree with an institution, you can exit. And it is also very clear how he entered office was historically through the sacrifice of Ababu Namwamba, who wanted to.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know,
no,
in
that's
politics,
a fact.
It is all this perceptions and optics.
No, they have no. Let's not even talk about optics.
There's a reason why you brought.
But people don't necessarily agree. They can seriously disagree. It is possible. It is there. It's human nature in all institutions. But then that doesn't even threaten the institution as such. And it is very clear. Sifuna has stated he no longer wants to be Secretary General ODM. And that seals the business of who should be the next Secretary General. Now, the next political life of Sifuna, he will define it himself. The beauty of this country is that there is freedom. You choose. If you don't like a party, you walk out for one reason or the other. You walk out, like I walked out of ODM, not because I was disappointed with anything, but I needed to contest a seat elsewhere.
And politics is local.
And politics is local, and we agreed. And we maintained that relation. There are those who will walk out bitterly for other things. But
I'm just saying you have to don the UDA party colors because to be now relevant.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't when you change. You don't when you change. We have seen even in the US.
He has also changed his party. Now loyal to DCP.
Yes.
Because it is local. If he does not move to DCP, he will be swept away.
Even Ronald Reagan in the US was initially a Democrat, but shifted to the Republican. It is possible. People shift because of policies, how things shaped with time. And so run up towards 2027, you will see a lot of readjustments. People shifting.
Actually, indeed, I agree. A lot of people will shift from government.
Alliances. No. It's not shifting to government. Some even shift to the opposition.
We have seen
only a madman would shift from DCP to government. I'm telling you, only a madman would shift that way.
Now they are
out. So there will be that readjustment, and then the political parties will organize themselves. And already, the coalition between UDA and ODM is getting very strong, is gaining a lot of traction, and it is people-driven, contrary to what Kagusha is thinking about. And of course, the party leadership has been defined in ODM. The party leadership is defined in UDA, and the roadmap of negotiating the agreements and contents of the coalition has begun. And I think that was ratified by ODM. And that process, and you see, we are a country of negotiations. And when you choose to form your parties and go and negotiate at another corner, nobody is going to interfere. When another team chooses to go and negotiate at another corner, nobody interferes. It is freedom. So let us live within this space and accept and tolerate ourselves. We must be a tolerant in terms of
on that issue, I would want to say that nobody will have sleepless night when a spent cartridge is in the works. You know very well it will have no impact or effect whatsoever. That ODM arrangement now, and anyone getting excited that they are uniting with ODM, that a spent cartridge. It had better days, and it has seen better days, and I think now its usefulness has come to an end, courtesy of William Ruto.
That is his perception, and you know,
it is his grand wish.
It is his grand wish. I have some of his very close colleagues who have been in DCP, and then they have now left DCP, like Koimburi.
And others.
The other lady.
Even him.
The other lady.
2027, we'll have left.
So,
left where?
This
Gadhoni Wamushomba was never in DCP.
Wamushomba has been
associating.
But
talking about association.
She has been one of the greatest critics of this government. But of late, the last 3 months, she has gone very, very low.
Thank you.
Her criticism.
Ask her what is happening in her backyard after she left.
It means, therefore,
Ishomwa is the one who received Koimburi in government. Now, you saw he tried addressing the people of Juja. It was not possible. Anyway, you have seen Jicho Pevu, Muhammad Ali, he has come. And you have seen Millicent Omanga, she has come to DCP. And you can already see the trend, how it is shaping up.
You see like
and by the end of July, when the budget is read, once the final budget is read, and members have nothing more they are waiting for in that government, there's going to be a whole shift.
I think what we need to discuss here is about the people of Kenya. It's not even about people shifting. and the personalities.
But
even like Omanga, she has vied here how many times in Nairobi, and she has lost it. Not once, not twice, and she's going again to come and vie. Like in Nairobi, it's a Cosmo. You must just understand the troubles of the people around you, and you must also know the interests of the people that you are serving. Because the politics is local. You must look at your environment. What are the pillars? What are your visions that these people will appreciate? So I think we cannot have a blanket judgment on personalities and on people. We must look at really what do we want for the people of Kenya. I think that is when we come here as panelists, we need to discuss in those spheres.
But also critically, even as we're winding up, you can just give your closing remarks, is the fact that if we were in a very stringent democratic country, as far as party politics is concerned, and we have inter-party democracy, issues of you dimming, Honorable Kagusha, right now, that you are in UDA and now you're in DCP, technically you are in UDA. You should actually now have forfeited your seat. If you're living in a serious democracy, isn't it? And so other legislators as well. So we need to heighten the structures of our party to disciplinary action of people who are dimming, even like the likes of Edwin Sifuna and the rest as well. Your closing remarks.
But Dibal,
30 seconds.
But Dibal, when you look at the evolution of our democracy, we may not have reached that point of instant, because if we were to effect that disciplinary measure right now,
why are we talking about democracy and we have
Kagusha should have resigned as a member of UDA, because he seated here as a member of parliament on UDA ticket. And I think going into the future, time is now ripe. If you don't believe in a party, walk out. If you do believe in a party,
let's leave it
stay within that party, so that then, as a country, as we strengthen our political pillar in terms of issues, there must also be aspect of discipline and philosophies, and strengthen political parties as institutions and shift away from glorifying individuals.
Thank you.
And that is where the country is headed to. And Kagusha is not seeing that. The grand coalition of broad-based UDA and ODM will take shape, and it will deliver that exactly.
All right.
Well, I think that...
No. I need to wind up.
I need to say my closing remarks.
Can I just give you 10 seconds, please?
Yeah, the delivery we are looking for is not the ODM and UDA joining hands. It is the broad-based government paying for the SHA, helping students to go to university without having to do harambes, helping people who are going to hospital to be treated, and of course stopping this disposing of bodies across the country and abductions. That really is what we are looking for, not just two parties coming together.
Honorable Peter, your closing remarks.
Yeah, I just
30 seconds.
I just want to say that as a country, we must evolve. We must create more democratic space for people to enjoy the fruits of independence. We must safeguard the interests of the public, and as politicians, we must always look at the needs of the people that we represent, so that this country can be governed well. And this country is not about an individual. We must have institutions within our political parties and structures that can safeguard the interests of Kenya.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter Rero, Member of Parliament, Kibra. John Kagusha, Member of Parliament, Mukurweini. Thank you for coming through. Wilson Sosion, former Member of Parliament, a veteran educator and trade unionist as well. Thank you for a very trenchant discussion we've had. I wish we had more time, but it is what it is. But the issue of you saying that we are still an evolving democracy, we cannot do what the party politics really has, stipulated, I think that one does not really make any lick of sense. But anyway, it is what it is. Thank you very much for your valued company. We've been watching Monica Faye. Monday Blitz is up next. We are standing at the ready.